Salam everyone, this is Sumi. I welcome you all to What's Going On, yet another episode with lots of fun. For right now, we have some latest trends for hair and makeup with Depilex. Yes, very handsome guest I have. He's waiting here right next to me. Yasir M Jaswal will be joining me in just a bit. For right now, this is Depilex. Everyone, this is Sumi and I welcome you guys back to What's Going On interview series. And right now with me is, of course, I told you guys he's very handsome, he's extremely very talented, multi-talented I would say, starting from advertising, music, filmmaking, and the list goes on. Yasir M Jaswal, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
How do you do it, man?
I have no idea, I don't think I do a lot, I think I need to do more.
You need to do more.
Yeah.
You just have passion for everything.
Well, I think everyone has a passion for a lot of things, but
very few people go about it. और ये एक specifically चीज़ मैंने आपके साथ discuss करनी थी because लोगों को डर होता है कि अगर मैं इस चीज़ में अच्छा हूँ या अच्छी हूँ तो मुझे यही चीज़ polish करनी चाहिए because I don't know how the other stuff is going to turn out to be like what's your take on it?
I think वो कहते हैं ना jack of all master of none. I think
that's what scares people.
That's the phrase.
Right.
But I don't know if it scares people or not. Usually people find one or two things that they're passionate about and they pick one as a hobby, and sometimes they never pick the things that make them happy as a profession. So very early on I knew that I needed to pick something that made me happy, because I just couldn't work for anyone.
Right. You didn't have that attitude.
Yeah, I have a lot of people working for me, but I don't think of it like that. I think they're working with me.
Right.
And not
and that
for me.
Doesn't necessarily mean that he's difficult to get along with. It's just a mindset.
It's just a mindset. I can't, because it's very important कि आपकी क्या सोच है किसी भी एक कह लें प्रॉब्लम के लिए उसको सोल्यूशन निकालने के लिए. एंड यूजुअली व्हेन यू इन अ 9 to 5 job, that basically requires you to follow whatever your boss tells you.
Right.
Whether
and there's
you
a routine,
think
a strict one.
You know, you can't apply your own akal on it. You know, even, and I used to get into a lot of trouble with my bosses because I used to speak my mind. And I would say ke, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And they were like, man,
even though your heart was at a good place and you would be looking out for them basically, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, and plus, वो सुबह उठना किसी और के लिए काम करना मेरे से नहीं होता था. बस
मैंने बस छोड़ दिया. नहीं करना.
कुछ और कर लेंगे.
Right.
So it's just that I was lucky enough, and मुझे एक चीज़ का होता है कि अगर कुछ करना है तो फुल उसके अंदर कूद जाओ. You'll fail maximum. क्या हो जाएगा? कोई आपके दिमाग में एक ब्लॉकेड नहीं आ जाना चाहिए कि I failed once, and I've failed so many times.
Right.
I failed.
And how did you take it as? Like if you failed at one thing?
Bigger failures may I think I had to deal with a lot of depression as well at one point. Yeah. And but छोटे failures में I don't think there's always a learning curve.
Right.
You learn something. I failed a lot.
Right.
But people forget about your failures and they remember the कि यार ये उसने कर लिया, यार तो लोगों को वो याद रहता है, वो नहीं रहता याद कि यार ये इस चीज़ में फेल हुआ था, ये उस चीज़ में फेल हुआ था. nobody remembers that. So
Right.
it's only for you. Your failures are only for you. तो अगर करना है तो खुल के करो और खैर है fail हो जाओ.
And it never stopped you the next time, like, okay, अब मैं ये step लेने वाला हूँ, what if I fail again? What's gonna happen?
क्या हो जाएगा?
That's a good thing.
I've failed before.
Right.
Like I was a very average student.
Acha.
So I used to fail a lot in school.
All the students out there,
Yeah.
do not think that is a good thing. But no, it's all right. It's all right. It doesn't make you a dull person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it makes me, but मुझे ये लगता था कि खैर है, कोई बात नहीं.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know what I did wrong. Next time I'll. So if you turn that into something that you know कि आपको पता है कि ये चीज़ अगली दफ़ा कैसे होगी और you learn from it, you make sure that you don't. It's the point that you keep failing and failing and failing. तो उसका मतलब है कि you're no good at it. Then you should stop trying and do something else.
Right. And you never know. First time गलत हो गया, second time, third time is a charm for most of the people.
Yeah, but unless it's not, then just move on.
Then just move on. Like you have like advertising, then filmmaking, music, of course. How can I forget that? Irtash.
Yeah.
Irtash. Usually होता है लोग कहते हैं irtash and irivo. Irtash है. What does it mean?
It means vibrations produced by sound waves.
Wow.
Like
Irtash. So that happened.
बड़ा एक weird time था हमारी जिंदगी में, वो teenage angst and everything. So this was around 99, 2000.
Right.
So it was a long time ago. I don't even think a lot of people remember that band.
Of course they do. The one who are interested in Pakistani music, I think Irtash was one of the good bands. And I still, whenever I speak to Yasir, I'm like, you should go back to Irtash, man, bring it back, because
I wish.
You guys had great music. What stopped you?
Actually, again, मेरी एक बड़ी simple सी psychology. If you want to do something, do it right or don't do it at all.
Right.
Half-hearted करने का कोई चक्कर ही नहीं है.
हाँ,
So the only reason we disbanded was because एक तो I believe in energies and positivity and everything.
Of course.
एक चीज़ अगर कोई अच्छी है तो उसमें सिर्फ आपकी and it's something that involves like 4 or 5 different kind of people, everyone brings their flavor and their thing. So like I said, we were teenagers when we started, then we got into universities. कोई UK चला गया, कोई America चला गया. I didn't replace them. I used to wait for them to come back, and I think that really hindered it. Plus they wouldn't stay in practice, I wouldn't stay in practice, and then it's just not a good thing कि आप music को represent करें or you're trying to make music and you sound horrible on stage because you haven't practiced.
Right.
But I have other things. I have the restaurant. I have the filmmaking. I have
what is it called? The Lemon Lodges?
Well, there's a hotel up north which is Lemon Lodges, and there's Jesse's. Then there's.
How did that happen? Hospitality कहाँ से आ गई बीच में?
Hospitality is a very interesting angle actually. After one of my biggest failures in life.
Right.
So after that, I really went into this low point in my life, and I said, and I was completely broke. Thank God I live with my parents, Pakistani system, joint family and everything, and my wife worked, so she supported me a lot.
That's amazing.
But it's also that you stand by someone and make sure that they are trying to achieve their dreams or their goals, and it's not easy standing on the sideline and cheering someone up के यार ठीक है नौकरी छोड़ दो काम छोड़ दो जाओ जाके फिल्म बनाओ, and then you fail after 2 years 3 years and you're like, so what was all of that, and you're left broke, you're not doing any work. Then I said, okay, what else can I do? I need to do something on the side which I'm equally passionate about, and I can earn from it, and हर थोड़ा बहुत छोटा छोटा करके कुछ भी. So yeah, that's how it started. I used to make burgers for my friends at home.
Right. And
सारे मेरे दोस्त मुझे कहते थे कि you should open up a shop, and I was like, yeah, right. तो फिर बस वो यही था कि वो सबको खिलाते सबने push किया. One of my best friends, he said, man, we need to open up a restaurant and sell these burgers.
Nice.
I was like, fine. So him and me, we started इकट्ठे. उसने भी अपनी नौकरी छोड़ी, मेरी तो नौकरी थी नहीं.
अच्छा.
So हम दोनों ने we really dove into it.
Right.
And it became what it is now. And mashallah, we're almost 4 years old and 8 restaurants strong.
MashaAllah,
so
yeah,
we're
that's
doing
amazing.
well, alhamdulillah. Yeah.
That's
We're really
amazing.
happy with, you know, how people love us and how they love our food. And
They do.
And it makes me happy
And
because
also it's the warmth. You guys
Yeah.
have that customer service that everyone, you know, I'm a sucker for customer
Yeah.
service. And when you go there, you have that one-on-one experience with everyone and so welcoming and all. And they want to know whether you liked it, you didn't like it, how you can improve. Which, you know,
Exactly.
makes you want to go back because we can see the effort that's going into that place.
Exactly, and it's a very difficult job. Like
It is.
in advertising, when we used to do like a commercial or like an ad film or whatever, so it would be a very common thing to say that you're only as good as the last, you know, ad that you made, like your last
Right.
job.
Right.
So with restaurants, it's true as well. You're only as good as your last meal.
Exactly.
आपने जो आखिरी मील उस बंदे को सर्व किया, अगर वो अच्छी है तो दोबारा आएगा, अगर वो अच्छी नहीं है और उसको सिर्फ खाना और उसका टेस्ट नहीं डिफाइन करता. It's the way it looks, it's the way it smells, it's the way you feel there.
Right.
It's so many more things that are involved in, you know, the restaurant business. And along the way, we found a lot of like-minded people, and it turned out for the best.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So advertising, music, filmmaking, and came in hospitality.
Yeah,
Yes.
by accident.
So by accident, but
yeah.
these are the things you won't regret in life.
No.
You're
Yeah,
like
not
I've done
under.
it.
हाँ, अभी कुछ 2-3 चीजें हैं जो मैंने और करनी है.
और करनी है और दोबारा try करनी है.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So let's see.
I was hinting towards music. I was hinting towards music. He does not take me seriously whenever I bring that topic.
No.
But you spoke about joint family system. Now, in times of today, that's a thing that everyone like either they cringe or they're like, यार बड़े मसले मसाइल होते हैं, अपने अपने घरों में जाओ, ये करो, वो करो. But when I see you brothers, you guys are so close knitted, and you guys are like 6 siblings.
We're 6 brothers and 1 sister, so 7, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, mashallah.
na khuda. And of course, we know the other famous Jaswal brothers.
Yeah.
And living in a joint family system, you being a famous one, then came the other 2, and they became equally famous. So, what are the values and norms that you guys, you know, practice at home? You know, keeping yourself level-headed, making sure you get along with one another, because na khuda, it's a big family.
Yeah, mashallah, we've always been like that. I don't think that. I think I do a lot of stuff and I know a lot of people. I wouldn't say that I'm famous in any way, but yeah, they are famous people. They have fans. They have so for them it's more important to keep a level head. But I think it's just the way we were raised by our parents that we don't really get into that kind of thing where you know कोई इस तरह की बात हो. But when it comes to joint family system. It's always been like that. Like my grandparents used to live with us when we were kids, and my father is 4 brothers. Not that the other brothers didn't want to keep them. It's just that they wanted to stay with us more because I think we were
more
like
close
now.
to you,
Now that I have kids, I understand why the combination of grandparents and grandchildren is like, you know, उनको लगता है कि वो फिर से माँ बाप बन गए.
बिल्कुल.
So I think that's why our grandparents stayed with us because there were more of us.
The bond.
बाकी सबके 2 थे तो यहाँ पे 7 उनको मिल जाते थे. So इस वजह से शायद वो हमारे साथ रहे. And I always saw कि you know they were really happy. We were really happy growing up. And ज़्यादा फ़र्क भी नहीं है तो हम दोस्तों की तरह बड़े हुए. So इस वजह से I think कभी वो चीज़ आई भी नहीं. अभी भी you know it's always good to feel independent and everything, but I think there's nothing better than living with your parents, and I think all of us brothers.
There's this constant support and security and all of that.
Yeah, and especially, you know, with the world going through the changes that it is going through, you know. खुदा ना खास्ता हम लोग लहदा रहते होते तो फिर हम बहुत परेशान होते हैं कि यार पेरेंट्स का क्या हाल है, भाइयों का क्या हाल है,
क्या हो रहा है.
So you know, it's easier for us to live in one house as one unit. But you know, having said that, me, Umair and Uzair, we always keep traveling. We're always away, but the family is there. Home is Islamabad, and we keep coming back.
And then, you know, I was talking about fame. So you were the one who got into the scene before Umair and Uzair did.
Yeah.
When Umair, let's say, he entered the music scene, was there like a jealousy factor? Because you know there is this race among I don't know XYZ people, वो घर के अंदर ही competition.
I don't know.
Or did you take it as a competition ever?
There's not a single jealous bone in my body.
Right.
I think. Plus, I never did music for fame or anything.
That was your passion.
It was my passion. I always did it for the fact that I wanted to do music.
Right.
And I wanted to do music with the right kind of people, with the right friends.
Right.
Otherwise, I could have kept, मेरे साथ ही बाकी सारा ये जो पूरा रॉक एरा आया था and everything. So वो सारा कुछ था, लेकिन it was about those 4 people in the band. It was about the music. When we weren't making good music, I said, okay, this is something that we're not doing because. Plus, for me, it was a moment of pride when my brothers started out. Actually, they both started out doing music at my concerts, So
right, they would open and end with something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I would like अगर हमारा ये कॉन्सर्ट होता था, मैं कहता था यार एक की प्राइस में 2 बैंड आएंगे. पहले वाला बैंड जो है वो 3 गाने बजाएगा और दूसरे वाला बैंड हम होंगे. अच्छा. मैं उमैर या उज़ैर को ले जाया करता था.
ठीक है.
और they would बाकी सारे वही होते थे. हाँ. बस सिंगर हट जाता था तो उमैर आ जाता था या उज़ैर आ जाता था. अच्छा. तो फिर वो लोग और तरह के गाने गाते थे. We used to do different kind of songs. So it was fun. It was good. हाँ, ये अक्सर होता था as brothers because when उज़ैर का तो ज़्यादातर अपने म्यूजिशियन थे. उमैर के और मेरे बैंड के म्यूजिशियंस ऑलमोस्ट सेम थे. So अगर कोई वो भी लदा कर रहा होता था जैम्स और मैं भी कर रहा होता था, वो लोग थक जाते थे. उस तरह की चीजें होती थी, लेकिन कभी वो आई डोंट थिंक भाइयों में
कंपटीशन और जेलसी नन ऑफ दैट
कभी था ही नहीं. किस बात पे होते हैं, यानी कि आई फील सो गुड जब उनको कोई कामयाबी मिलती है तो मुझे लगता है मुझे मिली है. जब मुझे कोई मिलती है
because we do see people, that's the reason why I asked कि इतना कंपटीशन है all around us. ये तो घर में ही सब कुछ हो रहा है. But so but that's a great thing to know that you guys have this positive feedback for each other and supporting each other. And if you don't like something, do you tell them or do you keep it to yourself, or how do you go about it?
No. I tell them.
You tell them face off.
Yeah, because I think they come to me for that kind of advice as well कि यार ये चीज़ करो. बहुत कम होता है कि मुझे कोई उनकी चीज़ बुरी लगती है because we have the same influences, we listen to the same. जो मैं सुनता था वही वो सुन रहे होते थे, जो वो सुन रहे होते थे वही मैं सुन रहा होता था. पहले हम छोटे से घर में रहते थे, तो वो ऐसा नहीं होता था कि हम लोग अपनी इंस्पिरेशंस के लिए कहीं और जा रहे हैं. सो मुझे देयर थॉट प्रोसेस है, उनका म्यूजिक मेकिंग का स्टाइल मुझे सब समझ आता है.
राइट.
I usually don't have to do much when it comes to giving feedback on anything. बहुत थोड़ा होता है, मैं उनको बता देता हूँ. But yeah, they do come to me, they do ask me कि यार इसका क्या करें, how do you like this, and they give the same thing. They give me feedback कि यार यासिर भाई ये नहीं ठीक था, वो नहीं ठीक था.
Constructive feedback, and it's always good to share it. I mean, that's how I see.
I think it's good when more people understand the kind of work you're in and understand the kind of problems that you're going to face while वो ये नहीं कहते कि यार ये सेट तो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था जो आपने वहाँ पर लगाया. They know exactly कि मेरा बजट क्या था या ये क्या था वो क्या था.
Right.
But they do keep telling me you should do more work. You don't do enough डायरेक्शन वर्क और फिल्म क्यों नहीं बनाते दोबारा या और वीडियोस क्यों नहीं बनाते.
There are other aspects involved in this. It's not just filmmaking. उसकी production, उसका finances and all. There's so much that goes into it.
And it's always a very positive, I think, vibe when you have like-minded people who understand your problems as well, not just your craft. तो वो बड़ा एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव सा माहौल होता है. सो आई रियली एंजॉय द कंपनी एंड talking to them.
So Velo Sound Station, it's all over the internet.
I am so happy.
And yeah, of course you're happy. And at my home, I was like, even the people who love it will now hate the songs because वो loop में लगा हुआ है. वो कभी प्यार का रोक तो मैंने उसको घिसा दिया उस गाने को. I think.
I love that song.
But how did you guys, came up with the idea it has to be retro? Like दूर दूर तक मैं किसी को अगर देख रही हूँ, they're dressed up according to the 90s, late 80s.
Yeah. So we, Bilal and I've worked on 2 music videos together for Strings.
Alright.
So जब मैंने सजनी किया, I was like, oh my god, I'm making a music video for Strings. I finally made it.
Yes.
So फिर उसके बाद जब मैंने रात शबनमी किया तो मुझे और उनको भी और मुझे लगा कि उनको और कॉन्फिडेंस है मेरे पे. Then we started talking about doing a show or something, because I think they were already in talks with other people to do something. But when Velo came around, Bilal pretty much had the whole idea in his head कि यार मुझे ये बनाना है, and I need a show director, and I said कि यार मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं है, तो मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है ये किस तरह करते हैं. मैं like a music show is a show. I'm not a show director. I'm मुझसे आप म्यूजिक वीडियोस बनवा लें.
Right.
तो he's like नहीं तुम कर लोगे, तुम सही है ये.
I'm so glad he pushed you. यार हर चीज में आप कहते नहीं मैंने नहीं करना.
नहीं मुझे समझ, मैंने कहा यार I don't want to mess it up.
हाँ.
So he said नहीं आओ बात करते हैं. खैर I went, I met him. He explained the whole show to me. मुझे 2-3 तब ज़्यादा गाने नहीं थे. We were talking about I think end of last year.
अच्छा.
Pre-corona or start of this year pre-corona. And हमने कुछ गाने उसने मुझे सुनाए, and I loved the songs. I was like, okay, this is not something that, and
I want to miss out on.
Yeah, because I loved the vibe of the songs. It was like retro wave and pop and synth pop. But not only that, he said कि यार इसमें हमने सिर्फ we're not just focusing on music. We're going to focus on fashion. We're going to focus on culture. We're going to focus on art and everything. So we made this whole idea around the thing that we have to, we have to bring pop culture back and pop music back in Pakistan and create something that can be a reference for future things to come.
Of course.
And
I see that happening.
Yes,
I see that.
I loved
it's a trend of its own. Yeah.
Yeah. So we finalized the musicians. I didn't have a lot of say in who the musicians were. I didn't need to.
Right.
Because Bilal Maqsood was there.
Of course.
You don't want to, but when it came to like the production of it, कि किस तरह चाहिए.
Visually and all.
Yeah, visually कैसा लगना चाहिए. पीछे screens कैसी हैं, lighting कैसी हैं.
Right.
Let's make it neon. Let's make it cool. So not taking anything away from the other platforms. I think any platform that promotes music is phenomenal.
I don't see this like I said earlier. There's always this competition. Oh, अच्छा फलाना उसके उस मुकाबले में आए फलाने के नहीं यार
बिल्कुल नहीं. हमारा किसी से competition नहीं है.
ये बिल्कुल अलग vibe है.
अगर vibe एक भी हो, it's not competition. It's just
another
platform that's pushing music, and I think musicians need that
more than ever.
Exactly. And new musicians जो कि घर बैठे में अपना देख रहे हैं music, उनको भी लगे कि यार there's so much to do out there. अगर एक ही चीज होती है, there's Nescafe Basement, there's Coke Studio, there's Pepsi Battle of the Bands, and now there's Velo Sound Station.
Right.
We have such amazing music. We have such amazing artists and producers and composers and lyricists. क्यों ना करें?
And this is all digital?
This is all digital because sadly it's a nicotine brand and they can't really put it out there on television.
Right.
Or put up billboards outside.
But I think you've got a wider audience digitally.
Yeah, digital we can try and push it as much as we can, but I think it's at the end of the day it's not about हर कोई push करता है, and हर कोई when they put it up they put it on ads and everything.
Yeah.
But the feedback is very organic.
It is.
Like the way the songs are becoming, favorites.
Yeah.
It's very organic. Like we had a great time making it. We had it was like यार क्या करना है? मैंने कहा ये करना है. They're like done.
Do it. Just do it. Amazing.
So it was so cool. You can't ask for. I know a lot of people might say it's a tobacco brand or a nicotine brand, but they were a great client team to handle. They said do what you want.
Amazing.
Make it cool. Just we have these limitations. Don't do this. Don't have underage kids. Blah blah blah. ये वो इस तरह की चीजें, which all made sense, and we were so happy with the
brand
result.
responsibility भी तो होती है actually.
Yeah, and while we were making it, every musician that came on the show, they were like, "Hey man, this is something else."
This is something else.
Yeah, because we love the vibe. We love how you guys are shooting this, and
and
I'm not just saying that. You can ask all the musicians that were there.
Yeah.
And they said, "Man, this is so cool."
Right.
And we really had fun in a show after a long time, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a fun process. Everyone who was there was so passionate about everything. It just went
Amazing, amazing. So since it was digital, and you know people will praise you like anything, and then there's a certain group who trolls for no reason, habitually. उनकी आदत है, चाहे आप उनके सामने जितनी दुनिया की बेहतरीन चीज रख देना, लेकिन यार अगर ये ऐसे वैसे होता तो, या तो वो वैसे ही फजूल बोलेंगे, because उनकी आदत है. So you being, I feel like you're a sensitive person.
I am.
You are, very right? Sensitive. But again, मैं अपने तरफ से वो assume ना करूँ, but you seem to be a sensitive person. How do you deal with those trollers?
Yeah, I think trolling is something that I've, or bullying is something that I've been, you know, used to and a part of.
Really?
From an early age, I understand what bullying is and what it's mostly a cry for attention. So the thing is that, you know, when people say things and people write things, it does affect you. There's a lot of negativity on the internet aajkal, and some people actually don't like it, which is okay.
Which is fine, yes. But एक होता है कि आपको पता लग रहा है कि इसकी आदत है
कि बस करना है.
हाँ, करना
so
है.
उनको I don't take that seriously.
Right.
You just try and reply to them in a very decent manner if you want to. Otherwise मैं तो कहूँगा वो भी नहीं, just ignore it. Because मैंने एक दो जगह पे देखा, मैंने उनको लिखा कि you know अच्छा आपको नहीं अच्छा लग रहा तो, and they would, you know, just by getting a reply from me or from Bilal or from anyone, they completely change. No, we love it. हम तो सिर्फ sugar लगा रहे हैं, blah blah blah. You know?
Exactly, वो attention ही मांग रहे
हैं. Yeah, so you know, if people don't like it, and that's fine, and if as long as the majority of the people like it, we know that it's उसके organic कितने spread है और you
exactly.
know, we're over the moon.
Of course, हम सारे, not just because we're friends with Yasir and all, the minute we heard it, we're like, America जब गाना है तो वो तो first thing, whoo, तो हम लोग सारे शुरू हो गए.
Yeah, it's gone viral.
Yeah.
It's gone viral.
And then came out Strings, प्यार का रोग. वो तो, like, the minute I heard it, and I think वो उसका second Misbah जब शुरू हुआ, I already knew the lyrics and I was singing along. It's that kind of song.
No, when we were finalizing a song for Strings, Bilal did, like, this was like the third or fourth option that they came up with, and we couldn't decide on one. We just sunate the, मैं कहता, and Bilal's very sweet like that, you know. He would ask me, even though I don't really have a say in what kind of music, but he respects my opinion enough to, you know. मैंने उनसे पूछा ये, मैंने कहा अच्छा इसमें ये ज़रा मसला है, मुझे लगता है कि कुछ और कर लेते हैं. फिर वो एक और गाने पे काम किया, फिर मैंने कहा यार हाँ ये भी ठीक है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है. फिर तीसरे गाने पे काम कर रहे थे तो अचानक से एक दिन चौथा गाना आया. अच्छा. यार ये प्यार का रोग का कुछ बनाया है तो इसको, आई लाइक नहीं हम ये नहीं कर सकते. क्यों नहीं कर सकते? मैंने कहा मैंने इसकी म्यूजिक वीडियो बनानी है, ये अब इस शो में नहीं कर सकते. I love this song. I need to make a music video for this song.
And the styling, man, please do not avoid that in any way, because that really made the show. Why? Because जो आपकी audience है, जिसमें आपको नवीन वकार भी नजर, were they the audience or were they hosting?
They were hosting, but at the end we decided that we want to release the songs for now.
For now, and then acha. So that's why you see Fazan, Haq, and a couple of other people over there. But dur tak, you guys made sure that it has the retro vibe and no one is, you know, dressed up. Even though कि आजकल I think 90s वापस आए हैं in any case. But you made sure that everyone has that.
We had a style board for everything.
Okay, that's great.
Because we wanted to put attention to detail, and Bilal and I, we were like, हम बहुत like minded हैं, हमारे jokes भी एक ही quality के lame हैं, तो you know we agree on a lot of things, and it's something that you know we decided early on that it's going to be high fashion and it has to be relevant. We brought on a stylist very early on in this when we started designing the show. Ibtisam Ahmed, or EB as he's known, he did most of the wardrobe, I think, and there was Mavi Keani who was looking after Misha Shafi, who's up next. And
the style icon, yeah. What a great lineup, by the way. You know, Strings, and you had Atam, all big names in one go.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. We had big names and we had names that nobody had even heard of.
Yeah.
So my favorite song is by Natasha Noorani.
Baby, yes.
Baby Baby is my favorite song. और मैं पहले जिस दिन मैंने सुना वो गाना,
she was amazing. I don't think there's any comparison with strings. She stood out on her own. I had posted up something on What's Going On, and Haya said कि hello, what Atif and Umair, Noorani. I was like Noorani तो clear है ना कि मतलब उसके साथ compare नहीं कर सकते, because I was asking the audience that there's a tie between Atif and Umair. Who do you think?
Yeah.
So then usme obviously, because I couldn't decide which one is better, and I still can't decide which one is better.
Yeah, no. मैं तो बस पहले दिन जिस दिन मैंने सारे गाने सुने थे, खैर सारे नहीं, मोस्टली ये काफ़ी बन भी रहे थे, बट मुझे उस दिन से जिस दिन मुझे बेबी बेबी मैंने सुना, मैंने कहा बिलाल this is my jam.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for the next performances, and Misha's, of course, that's going to be a very big one indeed. Real quickly, I'm going to wrap this up because I have another segment.
Sure.
And उसमें एक interesting सी चीज़ है, मैं आपको बताती हूँ. But 2020 में आपने क्या सीखा है? And you're like, this is what I've learned. This is how I want my 2021 to be like.
2020 में मैंने क्या नहीं सीखा? 2020 में मैंने सीखा है that life's very unpredictable. Anything can happen. It can turn into a horror film at any time. There's always a larger plan, and you just value interaction and honest friends more and more every day.
Right.
Okay, you know, we're so lucky that we're almost done with this pandemic. Almost. Allah behtar kare. But you know, it's just that I hope we can all sit together, hug each other, kiss each other.
Without thinking twice.
Yes. So you know, like people we care about, and enjoy it more, because जो चीजें हम we used to take these things for granted.
Absolutely.
And these are the things that really matter. Nothing else matters. No job matters. No amount of money matters. Your loved ones, your friends, everyone around you who brings you up, you know, they are the only ones who matter. And just take care of your loved ones, and just take care of your family. Stay safe. And this
make
is how
that your priority.
Yeah, because
you never know what's gonna happen next.
The first few months, it was like I was living in, you know, like a movie.
Even now it's like a movie.
Yeah. It's the second wave is upon us, and I just hope that people. मुझे लगता है पहले डर ज़्यादा था, अब डर थोड़ा कम हो गया. But you know, डर कम और ज़्यादा में कोई मसला नहीं है. डर कम ही होना चाहिए.
Right.
But you have to play it safe. You have to be sensible, not only for yourself but for the people around you.
Absolutely. Bro, sunglasses वहाँ मेरी तरफ फेंके.
So there was an audience. He decided मैंने ऐनक पहनी है, मैं यूं फेंक दूंगा अपनी ऐनक.
अच्छा. What makes you laugh no matter what you do?
When people fall. Baby girl मान जा, क्या बुरा हो जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी. As
an expert, why did you feel the need of having a makeup brand of your own?
I started working on it, and we came up with different formulas जिसके अंदर ये ऐसे एनिमल बाई प्रोडक्ट्स ना हों जो कि हमारी स्किन के लिए नुकसानदेह हों.